All right. In other news, I bought some hideous trainers.
What are these ones like? Go on, tell me.
So they're like running shoes, but they're made out of about 10 different fabrics. So think like dad trainers, like the white trainers that your dad wore in the 90s, except they're every colour known to man, made of suede and, the day glow bit on the back. Yeah.
Where do you find the stuff in your wardrobe, honestly?
Honestly, it's just what everyone else would never dare wear. I'm not going to lie, I looked at them and I was like, these are either hideous and a crime against humanity, or they're brilliant, and I'm still undecided. So we'll have to wait and see if anyone takes me down in public for wearing them.
Such as your wife.
Yeah, she wasn't thrilled when she saw them when she got home. She's definitely in their hideous camp. So we'll see. I won't run and get them.
Do you just go on Google and type in ugly shoes and then buy whatever comes up?
Yeah, basically. I've got some pretty shoes as well. I bought a hat to match a pair of shoes the other day, which is, we've turned it into fashion content today. It's a look. Honestly, I'm going to post a picture of it later on. Ombre purple suede hat, ombre purple suede shoes. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You've got a purple waistcoat to go with that as well, haven't you?
I got a purple suit. I could either look like the Joker or Budget Willy Wonka. I mean, it's a choice. Not everyone can pull off clown. I feel. Do you know what? I can't resist. 1 minute.
Oh, here we go. Okay, so yes, welcome. This is Almost in Focus. It is a photography podcast. We will talk about photography. So cameras here. There you go. If you are listening to this on Apple Podcasts, podcast, anywhere like that, I recommend, for what we're potentially about to see, go to Spotify or to YouTube. YouTube, Almost a Focus podcast, or YouTube. Tom Warland is available on both places, and you will hopefully see at whatever point we are in this, about 2 minutes in, whatever Toby has bought himself. Are these the shoes?
These are the shoes.
Oh my god. It's like a 1980s Channel 4 opening. That's up on your feet.
Look, and the glow in the dark bit for, being chased down by the fuzz.
I think my early 90s VHS of Yellow Submarine had that as the opening bit of the animation season on Channel 4.
But do you not believe they are either hideous or brilliant?
I can go with one side of that. I'll let you work on which one.
With the right outfit, they're going to rock.
There is no outfit that they will work with, except one of Mr. T's jumpsuits from 1988.
I was just going to go for like a tracksuit. I could go I was thinking more like the Scousers from Harry Enfield.
Now, I will notice that you grew up near Hull.
Mm-hmm. I did indeed.
You're not buying this outlandish stuff when you're living on the edge of Hull.
No.
And now you moved a bit further south, your fashion has gone outrageous.
It's because I'm genuinely a northerner living amongst Midlanders. I'm less in fear of my life for a beating in Lincolnshire. That being said, I think I was probably the only kid in year 9 who went to school in a Mac and fedora, so I was never normal.
I remember your fedoras. Right, anyway, yes.
Anyway, photography. Yeah. Episode 16.
And we've possibly just lost most of our listeners in the last 2 minutes. Thank you, Toby.
Well, yeah, that's all right. It was a fashion moment.
You are a fashion moment.
I am. Yeah, what were we going to say? Yes. Well, welcome to the podcast. If you've not listened before, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Why haven't you?
Okay, so Toby, how are you? Besides possibly insane, I need to talk to your therapist.
Yeah, it's probably something somebody should check on. Doing all right. It's manic time at work, as you know. It's exam season for us.
Yeah.
So the last 2 weeks have been pretty intense. Yeah, it's a busy time. It's eat, sleep, repeat at the minute, which is why I'm loving doing the podcast, because it's our little moment of not being serious with life. Yeah, it's busy,
Yeah.
but
To all you other teachers out there, you're
Yeah.
near the end of this chaos.
Yep,
Another month,
yeah,
and all those grades will be submitted. All those who are needing to do exams will be done or
Done.
halfway through the exam process.
yeah.
And your responsibility for getting that paperwork to the exam boards will be over.
Oh
And
God,
you'll
I
breathe
hate
again.
that bit. Yeah,
But just wait
Until
another month,
results
get
day.
to the middle of June, and then you can open the gym.
yeah. It's busy time. Got to get results. I'm at that point now, so we've marked, moderated, and submitted results. So results have to go in tomorrow, and then it's all up to the kids. Then,
Yep.
so, but yeah, that's me. Been busy doing that. I did complete my 8 days film a day, keep the doctor away challenge, which I was quite chuffed with myself. I'll admit some nights were a bit of a cop out, as the occasional. I'm going to read a book because that's, but it was still photography related. I did.
When I did it, it was Easter holidays. You did it in a working week, so I will let you off for your cop outs.
There was occasional cop out, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, and actually, I'm kind of trying to keep doing it a little bit as well. Still, made easier by multiple new purchases for myself. No camera purchases yet, though. Can we just take a moment?
I was going to say episode 5 or 6 dictates no new cameras.
No new cameras, and we are now episode 16 and midway through. No, hang on, what month are we in? May.
We're
May?
beginning of May for us recording, middle of May for those listening.
Yeah, and I haven't as yet broken my buying a camera rule. I have bought camera related things, but not a camera. And does it count if it's for filming? Because that's not a stills camera.
It's your rule, not mine.
Then lights are fine. I'm currently sponsored by Small Rig at the minute. So if you like the lighting in my video content, today it's entirely done by Small Rig.
And if you work for Small Rig, please sponsor Toby.
Yeah, we could. Please send me some more lights so that I don't have to keep spending all my money. Yeah. So yeah, I've enjoyed mucking around with that. I really enjoyed having not a deadline, but something to hold me to account. Above and beyond that, we're still waiting to hear about open call submissions that I've submitted to. So fingers crossed I'll hear before our next episode. But I'm not a very patient man. Anyone who... No, I know, shocking. Anyone who knows me will know that I don't like to wait for anything. Other people to finish sentences. Generally, anything needs to be done instantly. I either do it instantly or I don't do it. So yeah, I'm not doing great with waiting over a week to find out if I've been shortlisted or not. It's making me all twitchy. So we shall see. Yeah. It will be. The work's good. If the work doesn't get shown here, it'll get shown somewhere else. So yeah, that's where I am. What about you? How's your week been?
Similar to you, I had a couple of bits on. But before I forget, I had a chat with him as well. He's going to come on and do something with us in a couple of weeks' time. But you say about your work will be shown somewhere. That just made me think of something. The print swap app.
Yes.
This is quite a new thing. So this is by Sam Faulkner, who's a great photographer, and I came across it through Simon Roberts, who we had on a couple of weeks ago. He was talking about it on Instagram, and I love the idea of a print swap. And yeah, Sam's now set up a print swap app where you put your image up on there, and if someone likes it, they say, okay, well, do you want to swap it for this print? And you work it out. It's just kind of like I suppose a positive networking kind of thing. No money trading hands. It's it's purely, here's a image. I want to have your image. Can we swap? And see what people say.
Which is nice. I mean, we think photographers have been unofficially doing that for years. That reminds me, your print is currently ready to go next time we meet up.
Excellent. My one for you isn't, because I forgot all about it, so I'm failing in our print swap.
It's not good enough. See me after. That's 0 point. That is. You probably don't have 0 points. Behaviour point.
Where I am.
No, we get 0 points. Yeah. You're going to get a ZP. No. Anyway, yeah. So, print swap.
So so that's quite cool. So we've got Sam coming on in a couple of weeks' time, I think, to talk about that. They've got an exhibition in London to kind of celebrate the launch of it as well. So, what have I been doing? I have been having some fun, and I showed it last episode. It was the Alfie box.
Oh yeah.
It's a real learning curve.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be. It's old school, like properly old school.
It is. It's great fun. But I've been teaching pinhole photography for almost 15 years.
You old man.
I know. And with pinhole, I can get my head around it. When your shutter with a lens is your hand.
Yeah.
And you're just moving a lens cap on and off. My sense of timing goes completely out the window, and I was getting some awful overexposed, and underexposed images to start with, until I kind of found the rhythm of the camera, and I started to get there. But it's a camera, and when the Kickstarter for this comes up in a couple of weeks' time, people will be able to see it a bit more.
Yeah.
It's a camera that I think is really, really good for learning. It's really good for the classroom, as like a classroom tool for getting our students or your pupils to understand how exposure works and how to control it in a camera, and on a physical level what you actually have to do and what the camera is doing.
What I'm hearing here is I need to buy one for work.
No, your work needs to buy one for the class.
That one.
But it's not something that I think I would see myself making a series of work on, because you're limited to 6x9 images. You're working with paper rather than film.
Yeah.
Something I'd love to see someone do, and I have said this to Dave when I sent the camera back to him, is I'd love to see someone do tintypes with it.
That would be cool.
It might need a little bit of alterations to the back. That's the only thing that we're talking about. It might be the way they're designed, and not enough room in them for the tintypes, but that could be rectified very easily with 5 minutes and a piece of sandpaper.
As can most problems.
Yeah. Sandpaper, WD-40, gaffer tape, and a hammer. That's all you ever need.
If you have any of them, if you have any other tools, are you really a man?
Super glue.
Yes. That's advanced technology, that is.
I was keeping it at work. I went to pick it up yesterday.
Yeah, stuck to the
On
desk.
shelf.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Do you know what?
We'll leave that.
We have in our department. We are the department that people go to. Sir, do you have any glue? Drawer comes out. Take your pick. Sir, have you got any gaffer tape? What colour would you like to fix your shoes with this week? True photography department should have glue and gaffer tape on hand.
I think that's how your new shoes were made.
Yeah, quite. But I've just had a quick look at them again. Yeah. Have you seen the pink gaffer tape? Anyway, sorry. No, go on. I like the pink gaffer tape. Just FYI.
Not gaffer taping. So yeah. So that's kind of been a big part for me of what I've been doing. We had the first almost in focus photo walk, which wasn't an almost in focus photo walk because someone had a headache.
Migraine. Can we just take the difference between the two things? One is, I feel a bit rough. One is debilitating and incapable of driving. I had the second one. I think the world would be happy that I didn't get behind the wheel when I could see two of everything. It was like having stereo vision, except with blinding pain and vomiting. So yeah, I did miss out on getting to play with new toys, which I was quite peeved about when I sort of came to the next day. And not only that, I lost a whole weekend feeling rotten, so poor me.
Timing.
Yeah, but we have another photo.
I do mock you. Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. I deserve a mocking. It's all right because we've got another photo walk coming up soon anyway, and various other almost in focus events.
Yeah,
yes,
the
big photo walk.
Wonderland Big Film Photo Walk, which is everywhere, and they've now announced a couple of special ones, which I kind of wish I knew about before we agreed to host.
Did ours? Yeah.
Yeah, because they sound fun, and one's quite close to me.
Well,
a bit more
next,
pricey, but you're getting models and tuition and so on thrown into it as well.
Get that with us.
Yeah. You can model your terrible shoes.
I know. Everybody's a winner.
But yeah, so we're doing one in Market Harbour as part of that. Tickets through Analog Wonderland's website, starting at £10, and they go up £15 with film, I think it is, and developing. And then there's one a bit more where you get a point and shoot camera in there as well.
Yeah, cool. We need to sort out our bits for that, don't we? Or have you organised that already?
I have sent some vague information through to Paul saying where we're starting, where we're finishing. I've got no idea where we're finishing. I need to find us a good pub.
Yes, you do.
Anyone lives near Market Harbour in Warwickshire,
find us a pub.
or Northamptonshire, whichever one it is. I actually don't even know where it is.
Whatever shire we're in.
Yeah, please recommend a good pub to us that we can finish the walk, because I've never been there. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of been my big things this week. You've got new lights. I've got new toys.
Yes. Ooh.
So my
leaning closer for a look.
Yeah, my favourite camera is my Voigtlander Professor R2.
Mm-hmm.
Now has this little thing on the bottom.
Oh, she's pretty. Why are cameras always girls? Anyway, go on.
So this is a trigger wind. So I can then. So rather
it's
than
so.
up here, it's in theory it's a little bit quicker. I've been playing around with it last couple of days.
I tell you what, quicker or not, it's very satisfying.
Yeah, it's quite fun.
Yeah, that's what have I got? The Practica 4, possibly earlier. Hey, anyway, early Practica, and it's got the wind on the bottom, and you flick it.
Oh yeah, I know, kind of thing. Yeah,
and it's got a little mother of pearl insert on there. It's really pretty camera, absolute pig to use, but beautifully looking and very satisfying to use. Can you go wind on like that?
we're getting nerdy now.
I know we are. It's all right. Oh, I tell you what has happened, and if people haven't gone and watched it, they need to. We've released 2 episodes of something else, haven't we?
Oh, yes, we have.
Ago on the go-go. Yeah.
Yes, this was your crazy idea as a title. Actually, I think the
Yes.
whole project was your idea.
It was. I think I was just having a bit of a random moment, and actually, I'm going to claim credit. Yes, it was a car journey moment. It was me.
You take the credit for this idea. It's a good one. Though.
I will. Yeah. So the idea being that we take an Ago unit, Tom's at the moment because he's got one, and I need to hit up the guys for a discounted version, or if they'd like to sponsor us, we are looking for sponsors, people. So yep, we took Tom's Ago as seen in the camera now to a place called Crick, and that's it is. And we went out and took a roll of film each, went mad, wandered along the canal, and then bothered some people in a pub to help us process film. Oh, that was it. We shot the Apollo 12, wasn't it? Apollo 18, sorry. That was it.
From Flip Film.
Yeah.
I finished this one today, actually.
Yeah, so we shot that, and I think the locals were not too shocked by people going, "Can we have some warm water to process our film while we have our lunch?" You know, it's reasonably
Well, actually, we didn't actually
well
explain
taken.
what we were doing. We just set
No.
up a
Dark
little
bag.
machine and a plastic tube
Yeah.
in the middle of the pub. Then getting bottles of chemistry out. Saying, "Can you fill up this old lunchbox with hot water for me, please?"
Yeah. Looking at it now, we could have looked a little bit like Heisenberg, you know? If I'd had one of my hats on, that would not have been a good look. We're just doing a chemistry experiment in the pub. But yeah, it was great fun. And you've done another episode since then.
Yeah, I did. When I was down in Cornwall a couple of weeks ago, I did one there.
So our general plan, and if people want to get in touch and give us some ideas or locations, is to go to a location, the more bizarre the better, and shoot and process a roll of film all on location. If I can get hold of a unit, it might be a bit of a competition as to who can go to the weirdest place and process a roll of film. Who's going to process the film at the highest point? Who's going to do it underground? Who knows? So if you have any locations that you'd like to see us go and process film, shoot and process in a day. We have to do it all in a day. Do let us know, because
I've got kind of a fun one of what we could do at yours. I'll talk to you about it later.
we'll keep the audience in suspense. So yeah, that's something we've released. So we've released I Go on the Go. We had our last episode went live last Wednesday now. Yeah. And then we've got, so you've had 2 on the trot of us 2, and then next episode we've got guests again.
Yeah, we've got a couple of guests. So next time is Alfie Cameras, which you just mentioned.
Yep.
And the other one we got is Increment Labs, which
Ooh.
they launched their Kickstarter yesterday for us. Increment Labs. Yeah, they launched their Kickstarter yesterday for us, so 5th of May. You'll be a week on from that, I guess. And it hit its target in 9 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that was due to us.
Well, it's definitely due to me. I don't know about you.
Well, yeah. How much did you throw in? Some,
yes. It's a really cool project. It's They'll talk about it next week. It's a watch with a built-in light meter that's accurate enough to use with your camera.
Yeah. It looks very cool. Now, don't mix up me saying it looks very cool with my choice in shoes. It actually looks cool by normal standards, not weird shoe standards.
Yeah.
Just to clarify.
And what I think is really, really nice from this is I didn't realise, but Richard from Increment Labs was at the John Mayovitz talk with me.
Really?
Yeah, he was there. He was sitting further back, but he was there. And he showed the concepts of the watch to John Mayovitz at the book signing.
Very cool.
I wish I was there for this bit. So on their Kickstarter thing, there's a little message from Joel Mayovitz, the Joel Mayovitz, saying what he thinks of the project and the general concept. And then if you go 4 paragraphs lower down, in those you've got Paul McKay of Analog Wonderland. I think there's someone from Sunny 16 in there as well. Can't remember now. So you've got these little things that other people have said. And then you get our logo. So our logo is 4 paragraphs, 5 or 6 sentences away from the words of John Mayovitz.
I mean, I'll take it for the win. We'll call that a win. Yeah, that's brilliant. So that's a brilliant bit of news, and also fantastic for the guys. We're looking forward to having a chat.
Well, so you'll be talking about it next week.
Yeah,
we'll hear a bit more about what's next for the project and how they found the whole process of doing Kickstarter. So if you're interested in doing a Kickstarter, you've got an idea, you want to see how to do it, and so
next
on.
week's
one will be good. I'll be taking notes myself, to be honest. I've got some ideas.
That reminds me, talks. So it turns out, we had a sliding doors moment.
Yeah. So, shall we recap?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Last week's episode, we were talking about the John Mayovitz talk and how good he was, etc. And we talked about one of Rene Burry, a Magnum photographer, gave in London 20 odd years ago.
Yeah.
And our memories of it are largely identical. It's clear we were both at the same talk.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah, it was definitely.
I was pretty sure we weren't there together. You were pretty sure that we were.
Yes.
Okay, take over.
So, I've actually blended together 2 different events. We were both at that talk. We did not know each other. We had not met each other at that point. We went to the same location.
2 years at this point, either.
Yeah, we met about 2 years later. What we did do was go to the same location to see a different photography talk about 3 years later. But we were in the same room at the same photo talk, which, when you think about how far disparate we were in the country,
I mean, it was a 4-hour journey for you, easy to get there.
Yeah. So there is little nerdy Toby and little nerdy Tom, quite possibly walking around, bumping into each other and mumbling and moaning about how bloody people are in my way. And then a couple of years later, you were carrying me to bed while having had too many fizzy pops. But I had too many fizzy pops. You were putting me to bed because I was poorly, just to clarify, because we already have enough rumours flying around. Yeah. I'm not helping, am I? I was telling someone today about whenever we go out with your daughter, people always sort of assume that we're a unit. There are worse things for them to assume. It's slightly more embarrassing when our wives are around and they still assume it. But anyway, probably because we're always holding hands. Anyway, so it was a mad moment, really. 20 odd years ago, same place, but didn't know, didn't until now, really. Well, today actually, wasn't it? Twigged that it was
I found out a couple of days ago. I spoke to Ben, to Ben Bird, who
episode
was there with me.
2.
And his memory of being there was the same as me. In that we were there with the college that we were at the time, our tutor, and so on.
So yeah, but it just goes to show that there are only so many good photography talks that you end up meeting everyone in the same same field. I do think that there
The
is
ones that stick in your mind and you'll remember for decades to come.
Yeah. I've still got the BJP copy that we got on that day, or I got on that day. You've got a copy as well somewhere.
Oh God, maybe at work.
Yeah. As you say, it will be at work because I had to clear out all my BJPs because they were taking over the house. Because I had, up until it went, I'll be honest, when it went from weekly to monthly, I stopped being as religious in purchasing. And now I tend to just pick it up if it looks sort of interesting. But at the time, there was a long time where I was buying it every week, so I had, a lot because I can't throw things out. When it comes to anything like a book or a magazine, I just keep it forever. So I'll track it down. I'll find it. And I'll put a picture on our Instagram of the front cover because sad axe moment. But hey ho. What else were we going to chat about today? Have you got our really brilliant plan?
Oh, it's all just the thing we were going to talk about was sort of bouncing around the idea of the photo walk, but you've still never done a photo walk.
No, I haven't. I don't know what it is. The last, apart from the migraine incident, the last time I was going to go on a photo walk was with Not Quite North. They do one every sort of now and again. My issue was that at the time I was walking with a stick and I didn't want to be hobbling around behind everyone. And second of all, a photo walk in the town you live in can be quite limiting. So, as a photography teacher, I think I've seen most sites of interest in Lincolnshire now multiple times. Lincoln city centre, I could probably build you a really detailed map over the last 15 years of how it's changed from students' work. And there's a few abandoned RAF bases.
Actually, that actually sounds quite interesting.
I do what? I'm slightly tempted to, having said it. So, yeah.
I thought a Hockney Joiners map of Lincoln.
Yes, through the work of my A-level students.
Yeah, made out of the work of 16-year-olds.
Who've left it lying around and never come to collect it. But due to my previous statement of being unable to throw books out, I have catalogues and catalogues of students' work that I'm like, these guys are now in their 20s and living their lives. They probably don't want their A-level books, but I just can't throw them out. So, yeah. So if you've ever been taught by me and you didn't collect your photography books, they're still in my classroom. So, yeah. But, I kind of... I find that difficult, which is why I quite like when we went to Crick and where we've chosen other places for our photo walks. You see a place with new eyes. In fact, that brings to mind a anecdote moment. Okay?
Here we go.
I know. And we need some harp music here, and wobbly effects. Casting my mind back to the first year of are you going to grab a bit? There we go. Can we have some memory music, please, Mr. Maestro? So, picture it. It's 2006. So 2006, and I'm doing my first year project, the establishing shot, person at work, all that stuff. And I came back home for a visit. I can't remember why I was back home. Must have been like a half term or reading week or something. Anyway, and because I'd been away and come back to Hull, I was like, oh, okay, these things are interesting because I've been away. You've changed your mindset. And I took a picture of the Humber Bridge, which anyone who lives in East Yorkshire has taken this picture of the Humber Bridge. Okay, you're stood underneath it and you're looking at the sort of V shape like that of the underneath of the bridge, and it disappears into the fog. I was just lucky it was a foggy day, right?
It's Yorkshire is always a foggy day.
Yeah, well, Heathcliff does, dancing around on some moors. Anyway, and I took this picture, which I have seen, minus the fog, I'll be honest, minus the fog, I've seen it about 1 million times. with the fog probably only 250,000. Um, and I took this picture to uni for a project, not expecting anything because I have seen it 1,000 times, but thinking, well, I'll throw it in, it'll bulk out the edit. And it was one of the best praised pieces of work I've ever had in that first year. And it was because no one who was looking at it had been to Hull, which says a lot about Hull. So yeah, it sort of that kind of says a lot, doesn't it? You know, no one from our uni course had been that far north, but it just goes to show that like the location, if you live somewhere, you tend to become blind to it. Like I live in suburbia, and I see these amazing images of suburbia done by like well, there's a few photographers at the moment, but Michelle Sank does some nice stuff of like teenagers in suburbia, and I see the same things, but don't never lift my camera because I live it. And I don't know about you, but there's projects that have got away for that very reason. So my teenage years, I wish I'd taken pictures of all the things that were happening. And I say this to my students all the time. Right now, you're living such an amazing, bizarre existence. Photograph everything because your life becomes so much more normal and mundane after teenage years. Do you know what I mean? You don't randomly wake up in a ditch because you've got out and you've forgot to tell people where you're staying and you can't get back to your house, so you end up sleeping wherever. Or is that just me? That might just be me.
No, it's true. I mean, I remember, again, around the same kind of time, so probably end of the first year for us, I guess it was.
Yeah.
I went to a jazz festival in France. I went with a friend of mine, so very good jazz musician. And we took the bus. So getting the bus from London to Paris becomes cheap.
Yeah.
You get stuck in traffic and you miss your train south. So you end up spending a night wandering around East Paris. You don't speak French. You end up meeting up with some weird hippie students who are all pissed at like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
But it was great, and it's one of those nights which, as a in sort of late teens, early 20s, you've got that independence and the freedom. So let's go to France, go to a jazz festival, and you end up just wandering around Lyon.
Yeah.
And I've always wanted to go back and kind of do that weekend again, but I know it won't live up to the nostalgia or the memory.
Yeah.
You know, now being twice the age.
Well, now you'd book a hotel, you'd have contingency plans. Yeah. As a teenager, you just go, meh, it'll be fine. And what's annoying is it works out for you. And then when you become an adult, you can't pull that off anymore. You know? I mean...
No, I know what you mean about the whole, the photo projects on your doorstep and you've seen it all. When I moved here, so this was 2 years before lockdown happened, I guess.
Yeah, I think you moved just before, didn't you?
Frame.
Yeah.
So we've been here 7-8 years, must be.
Yeah.
I've got this great view across the valley from my house, looking across the town, and I lived next to a bus stop, so I was photographing from the window all the way up until lockdown happened. And it was just this ongoing thing with half-frame cameras, just photographing whatever I could see from my window. Not being, it was black and white, it was half-frame, but that was the only rules.
Yeah.
And I became obsessive with it, and then I stopped.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I stopped. I think I'd seen every possibility that I could imagine of people running for the bus.
Yeah.
Of people rummaging in a bin or whatever. You know, all those
Yeah.
positives and negatives you see in society,
Yeah.
all out of the window. And I guess I seen enough of it, and I just stopped.
Yeah. And I think it's because it became the everyday. Yeah. And there's brilliant projects photographing the mundane. You know, Eggleston, loads of his that's just his town. You know, there's a picture, and I love this picture, and I'm always going on about it to my students. In fact, I've got a student this year doing some work on this. Eggleston's picture of a freezer. There's a picture of a freezer, and it's just the freezer door's open. It's just all the things shoved in a freezer with the frost on it. I love that picture. It is the most mundane thing ever, but it's brilliantly beautiful. I think it helps that it's an American fridge.
Yeah, you know, there's something quite cool about the design of them.
Okay. Are you quick? I can hear you typing, so you're quickly googling the fridge picture.
I'm just double checking something before I make a fool of myself.
That could be terribly, terribly unlike you to make a fool of yourself. Do you know what? I'm slightly disappointed. I've run out of tea.
Here we are. Yes, I did. I think I'm right. I'm pretty sure I'm right on this one.
Go on.
William Eggleston.
Yeah.
Did a photograph of a shed.
Okay.
And the shed was it's a photograph of a shed.
Yep.
Okay. And a friend I work with, he loves this photograph. He really loves it. I had to double check it was Eggleston. I had to just doubt myself for a moment there. And he showed it to a friend of his who isn't in photography. And they sometimes sort of travel together, just, you know, road trip kind of ideas. And he was telling him about this picture, and so, just a shed, mate. Just a shed.
Yeah.
But with Eggleston, it's the backstory, and that shed was built by a man with one arm.
Brilliant.
How do you build a shed with one arm? Well, that guy did, and you know that's why it's such a monumental thing. It's quite difficult to build a shed with two arms.
Yeah.
But one arm, you know, you got to hold stuff in place. Well,
yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, it's those stories, and that's what Eggleston's good at.
Yeah, and that's why it works.
They're not flat.
They're not flat. All right. Tom is referencing a conversation we had before about he very carefully, although we're still talking, so he did manage it. Talks about composition with me. Anyway, we're still friends. He isn't wrong. He's not wrong. We were discussing the fact that, and something that I'd already started doing, I will point out, is culling some of my images to tighten up images with stronger composition, which is true. So yeah, but we're still friends. It's fine. I know where you live. Yeah. Where are we going? Eccleston, mundane, falling out, end of the podcast. No, where were we? Yeah. But the photograph of the mundane, the being constantly surrounded by a specific environment, you do kind of go blind to it, which is a pity, because I do wish I could photograph down like my street. There's some really interesting folk. I'm not sure they'd be thrilled if I kind of just started shoving a camera in their faces, but
you know that's not how you do that.
Well, yes, this is true.
You know, if you just go and start waving a camera lens through their window and photographing them while they're dropping crumbs in their tea or whatever, they're going to be really, really pissed off.
Well, they're going to call the police because that's actually a criminal offence.
But if you turned up with the biscuits and you gave them the biscuits and you went in for a chat and then you got the camera out,
That's a different kettle of fish.
But we used to say this at uni, though, didn't we? That we had classmates who were looking for exciting stories all over the world, and they're saving big chunks of their student loan. How they managed it, I've got no idea. I didn't.
No.
To fly off to Eastern Europe,
All
Africa,
sorts.
Some went to America, I think, from memory, looking for the exciting, the unusual. But it was unusual to us from a predominantly Western, white, very narrow-minded experience.
Yeah. Well,
we're teenagers in early 20s. We don't have any experience beyond what we see, on our doorstep. So that's what they're going for. And we were saying, partially because we couldn't afford to go and do
it. Yeah.
Partially because we were trying to make ourselves feel better in that. What's on your doorstep? What's around you is mundane. It's dull. You've seen it a million times before.
Yeah.
But someone else hasn't. And your example of the Humber Bridge, is a perfect example in that you know that bridge inside and out.
Yep.
I live in the south. I've walked that bridge 3 times with you.
Yeah.
It's a long bridge.
It's longest single sprung suspension bridge in the world. Up until I know. I think it's actually lost that title now, but it was.
Yeah. So, even if it feels it's mundane for you because you know it, well, you know it. You can use that to your advantage, and we don't take our own advice. You're not photographing your neighbours. I stopped photographing mine from my window 5-6 years ago.
Yeah. We really should take our own advice. Although, what you just said made a good point, and it's something we don't think we've discussed on the podcast yet, but we've discussed elsewhere. Just knocked a load of film over everyone. Cheap Chinese film. Whee. Anyway,
it's a nice film, though.
Yeah, well, I've got. What have I got there? Should I do the influencer thing? How it works. And now I'm out of focus. Anyway, train of thought. Back to the photographers we looked at and were taught about were predominantly Western men. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
Not all. To the detriment. Not all, but predominantly. And it failed to kind of cover the whole. Are you ready for this? Métier of the photographic genre.
That's the word of the week.
Word of the week, métier. Yes.
Okay, please give us the definition of métier.
The whole gambit, the whole spectrum. There you go. Smart ass beach wild.
A bit more countdown there, but
Yeah. Smart ass beach wild strikes again, but it didn't cover that spectrum of photography, and I do think modern photographic education has got a lot. I'm not naysaying what our lecturers taught us.
No.
What I'm saying is their education, our education, didn't have as much of the range that I think photography education should be having and is starting to have now. There's some amazing African photographers, absolutely amazing work.
Oh,
some of the Japanese photography, I genuinely adore some of the Japanese photography.
Yeah, at uni,
It's
I think the only Japanese photographer that was mentioned to us when we were at uni.
Hiroshi Sugimoto.
Yep, his theatres.
Yeah, yeah, which I did take inspiration from. Daido Moriyama, brilliant photographer. I didn't come across his work until I was teaching. In fact, that reminds me, I lent that book out to a student 7 years ago and I still haven't got it back. That book's gone. That book's gone.
Do you remember the initials of the student?
I do. I still that's that. In fact, I know that student. They finished their photography degree and they live in London. And if they're listening, IS.
Okay, so ex-student IS, now living in London, but originally from Lincolnshire. You have the book of Tobias Beachwell's.
Yes.
His Daido Moriyama.
Yes.
Please send it back.
Yeah, he's only sulking about it 7 years later. Yes, it's a good book actually. Really nice, fast movement images and street photography. Which there's loads of street photographers, but it's just really beautiful work. So yeah, I we kind of go on a little tangent there, but that's what we do. I think photography has so many interesting facets, and we were at a turning point, I think, when we were doing our degrees. I certainly found much more diversity in my masters than I did in my degree, but they were significantly years apart.
I think every generation of students are at a turning point.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
I think we probably felt one that was more significant or more wide-ranging, perhaps, than most. In that, when we went to university, Life magazine still existed. When we came out, it finished its last issue.
True.
And at that point, it was like a Sunday supplement in the New York Times, I think. Even it was barely hanging on when we started. The iPhone did not exist.
Yes, I tried to explain this to some kids the other day. They could not get their head round it. They couldn't get their head round not having a smartphone. So yeah.
There was no such thing as Instagram.
No. There was no Instagram. There was smartphones were the BlackBerry and it had emails on it. And only super wealthy people had them.
A bit like a BlackBerry, and it was made by Sagem.
Yeah. Yeah. They Nokia. I had a Nokia knockoff of BlackBerry at one point. But yeah. But that was as close as you get to a smartphone.
So
and
all the things that we now kind of take for granted in terms of a research tool weren't there. And the only way of seeing photography from around the world was in the book, was in BJP, was in gallery, or from your lecturers. Now, our lecturers were telling us about Paul Graham, they were telling us about Joel Mayovitz, they were telling us about Hiroshi Sugimoto.
Yeah.
They weren't going into the range of photographers that we have in our hands.
Well, this is it.
We sound like such old men. But
we do. In my day, we used a library, and we walked 95 miles to do it. No. But honestly, when you think about how far things have come, so here's a moment to make you feel 1,000 years old, right? I was teaching a Year 9 class. Not a rare occurrence. I have quite a lot of Year 9 classes. Some of them were born in 2012. Okay? They are younger than Netflix. Take that for a moment. They're younger than Netflix. So I was talking about the fact that people used to go to Blockbuster and rent videos and DVDs. They have not lived in a world without streaming service. They had no concept for that.
We've got a video rental place that's just opened up in the next town to me.
Really?
And the logo is very, very much based on Blockbuster. There's the blue and yellow and everything.
Nostalgia, though. Do you know what? More of my Year 9 students had vinyl than had a DVD.
Well, I have no issues with that.
No, but it was shocking. But it did make me feel old. Did you know that? Here's my Netflix fact. They posted their last DVD out when they because they were Love Film that then became Netflix in 2023, September the 29th, 2023, which is mind-boggling. Or it was to me. I was just sat there feeling old and
I can't get
shocked.
over the fact that your Year 9 students, who I will be starting to teach in a couple of years' time, were born around the time that I was doing my teacher training.
Yeah. Yeah. You wait till you bump into one in the street with their own kids.
I've taught the kids of someone I was at college with.
Yeah, that's a sobering moment.
Yeah.
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 looks sad. Anyway, back onto photography. We are nearing our yeah. Just gonna have a little cry about being old. I used to be young and I had dreams. One of them was to have a podcast.
So, anyway.
Yeah.
Right. Photo walk, because that is what we were wanting to kind of go down. We've sort of bounced around it.
Yeah.
You've still not done a actual photo walk. I didn't do one until 2 years ago, 3 years ago, maybe.
Was it when you started being an ambassador?
Yeah, when I started doing stuff for Analog Wonderland.
Yeah.
So that was the first photo walk I went on. I was hosting.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah, basically, it's a real alien concept for me. But it still kind of is.
Yeah.
I've attended a few now. You know, I've led bunch and I've attended others. But when we went to university and when we were sort of like being social with cameras,
Yeah.
a photo walk wasn't a thing. A photo walk it's Sunday morning.
Yeah.
The pub opens in an hour. There's a car boot sale on.
Yeah.
You fancy a stroll?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I remember when we used to go down, we'd go to the Roman ruins, have a stroll through there. There was that little cafe in the Forum in Killeen as well.
It's still there.
Is it really?
A couple of years ago. Yeah, it's still there. All the statues and everything.
Yeah. Tested my Fed there. In that little there.
That was a day.
Yeah. But yeah, and we used to stroll around and yeah, we used to have photo walks like that, but they weren't organised. Kind of like everything we do, really.
So when Martha's was set up photowalk.me, I saw it. I was like, okay, what's this? Cool. And I just ignored it, kind of thing, because it was like, okay,
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, it's a thing.
And it's grown, and it seems to be more of a thing in the UK.
Yeah.
In terms of where people use his website, anyway. And I say you've done ones for North, or you've nearly done ones for Not Quite North.
Yeah, almost done them.
Almost. You got as far as the door. And you thought, I'll have a cup of tea.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's a nice coffee shop next to the Not Quite North shop, so I do get distracted. They do a pistachio latte, very nice.
Oh dear, that's something my wife would love.
It's dangerously pretentious. You drink it in a glass as well. Anyway, go on.
Oh,
We digress.
Very strange episodes.
It's kind of like the trainers, a bit of everything.
I think your trainers set the theme.
Yeah.
So yes, you've nearly done those ones. I've done some with Analog Wonderland. I've done some separately. I do stereoscopic ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's something that's very. It's quite casual but formal. You're arranging. We're going to meet at this certain time, this certain place. We're going to walk for about 2 hours, and
yeah.
that was kind of a bit weird.
Mm.
But it's good fun. And it's a great way of actually meeting other photographers.
Yeah.
Where I start to have issues with it, though, is there is a fine line, I think, between photo walks and street photography workshops, paid for street photography workshops.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there are lots of people doing this.
I'm just going to bite my tongue.
Yeah. And there's one that you mentioned to me. I'm not going to say where it is or who does it or anything like that. But you mentioned it to me. I'm just going to leave it. It'll be fine.
Probably best. Keep going.
They charge £20 to, or more in some cases, to walk with you down the street and make suggestions in terms of street photography. So it might be to do a composition, whatever as well. Fine, absolutely go for it. If that's for me, to go on one of those workshops, it would have to be a photographer that I respect enough to feel I would gain from it, because I think there are a lot of photographers. I do workshops, I teach workshops, but something like street photography, I would do it as a photo walk and we have a bit of a chat, have a coffee, and so look over each other's work. I wouldn't charge you.
No.
Because that's a bit ridiculous. I'm me.
Yeah.
But
it's a bit
if it was a photographer whose work I've been following and I've got, great respect for, then I'd pay money. But I would be very cautious about signing up for street photography workshop, pay £35, £40, whatever.
Yeah.
If you're looking at doing those kind of things, great, but
do your research.
Yeah, my view is do your research, see what other people have said about it, what they've gained from it. Have a look at the photographer's work. Have a look at maybe
people who build the workshops,
videos of them doing workshops, and so on as well. Because street photography is one of those things that it's very hard. I'm on a rant now. Street photography is one of those things which I think can't really be taught. It's so in terms of personal eye, isn't it?
And also, no, it's all right. I think I have a similar issue with it. My issue with it is when you do something like that, you end up with 97 people taking the same picture of an ice cream that's being dropped at the seaside, or the same lady at a bus stop being paparazzied by a group of people because they're all together. I don't think there's many photographers I can go out and shoot with. In fact, there are 3 people in this world who I can go out and photograph with without getting shirty. One of them is you.
Oh, thank you.
You're right. One of them is my wife. And one is a Scouse. Other than that, I find myself getting annoyed or getting people getting in each other's way. I think you have to know the person you're out taking photographs really well so that you don't just end up standing next to each other going...
Yeah.
Because...
Okay,
that's...
I'm going to put a couple of names to you and see if you would pay money for them.
Okay, so we'll do a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to go for 2.
Okay.
Because one of them actually does do workshops.
Mm-hmm.
One doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
But I would probably chew off my own arm if he did. And that's Joel Mayovitz. If Joel Mayovitz suddenly did a street photography workshop, he's got his online masterclass series.
Mm-hmm.
But if he did a in-person street photography workshop,
yeah,
would you?
I'd go for
£100.
Do you know how many people are on it?
A dozen. So you, John Mayovitz, and 11 other photographers
In New
having that
York?
kind of tuition with him.
In New York.
Anywhere.
Okay.
We'll say Paris. Say Paris.
Okay.
Actually, I'll say London because it's in the UK, so it's accessible for you.
I'm on the fence. I would like to learn from him. A dozen people feels like a lot of people. It's very peoply out there for me.
Okay.
A smaller group, 5, I'd rip your arm off. 12, I'm starting to think, that's a lot of people. And you're all going to be vying for that kind of...
Yeah. Okay. The
Go on.
other one, and I'm going to say, if I pronounce your name wrong, my sincerest apologies, because we have spoken about you coming on to the podcast at some point in the future if you're listening, is Ovi Selru.
Yes. I would, yes.
Yeah.
But I think it's because the style is different. I think
he's someone I would. I think he's got a great eye. He's made a real focus on what he does, being around teaching.
Yeah, I think there's that, and also the different styles between the two that you've named. Joel, I feel like, is a lone wolf making his images, and I feel like that's what makes his images brilliant.
Yeah,
I'm not entirely convinced that can be taught.
Okay, I'll put another name in. Phil Penman.
Come. Say again.
Phil Penman.
Same deal. 12 people.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Okay.
What about you? Yeah.
Those are the 3 that I think I would probably want to do that with.
Yeah, I think if it was smaller
I
groups...
think Ovi would be the best one at teaching it, followed by Joel.
Yeah. I think there's loads of value to these things, and I don't think that anyone should not go out and do these things. I just think...
And if you want to teach them, also, definitely...
Yeah.
Teaching is a great way of learning for yourself. You're improving your own practice by sharing it with others.
Oh, God, yeah. There's so many things I've picked up over the years because the kids ask me about, I want to try this for a project. And I'm like, I have never come across that as an idea. I need to go away and learn it quickly. And then you do. And then 10 years later, some other kid goes, I want to do this. And you go, funny you should ask about that. I know all about it because 3 years, 10 years, whatever ago, a kid mentioned it, and then I became hyper-focused and obsessed about it for, 18 months. So here's all the things I want to... books I've got on it, and they never give you your books back. That's a good point. Never lend books out, people. Never. That is my takeaway from life. Aged 38. Don't lend people your books. Anyway, yeah. So I do think we've kind of rambled about like Photowalks and the idea of going on these not training courses, these, I want to say pay to play, basically.
Paid workshops.
Yeah. There's brilliant ones out there. Do your research. Don't be sucked into the local... Hang on, you ready for this? Local artist. Big leagues. We've talked about this before. People who aggrandise themselves because they've had a few shows, you want to kind of not buy into that. You want someone who's down to earth and wants to talk to you and wants to spend time doing photography, not having you worship the ground they walk on.
See, I think where these things work better is where it's based around particular scenarios or particular techniques.
Yeah.
So, there's a guy I know who's a great editorial portrait photographer, Sam Nash.
Mm-hmm.
And he now lives in Cardiff, and he does these kind of workshops. And he does workshops with dozen people. I've been on one of his workshops. They're brilliant.
Yeah.
And he teaches fashion lighting, portrait lighting on location. He'll go out on the street with you to one or two outdoor locations and one that's covered. And you'll get, he does stuff for rotor lights, but I think he does some stuff with Pro Photo or something as well now for Flash. And he'll do lighting workshops with you, and he'll have a model with him. The model might have a couple of different outfits that he might work with. And you learn a lot. You learn a lot about composition. You learn a lot about lighting and how to control them and how to work in the environment and how to make your portfolio really pop. That works in that scenario because it's not just a case of, we're going out on the street, we'll see what we can find, and you're going to pay me money. Yeah. It's a case of, right, here's what we're going to be doing, here's the model he's going to be, or he's going to be wearing this, we're using this lighting setup. Yeah. There's something there to make it into a successful workshop for me.
It's purposeful.
That's the difference. Yeah.
Yeah, it's purposeful.
I think that's what I want. I'd want to do workshops either on the street or in a studio somewhere where I'm learning a technique. So send me on a wet plate clothing workshop, please. I'd love to do something like that.
God, yeah. And sometimes those are things.
Darkroom workshops and learn more than
do. Those are all things that they learn better from being with someone showing you. General photography, I think sometimes just go out and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Stop seeking approval, says me. The biggest approval seeker there is. Right, I think that's our rambling over really this week, isn't it?
Yeah, that's enough rambling.
Yeah, so thank you for listening. If you made it to the end, well done. You are one of 3 people in the whole wide world. 2 of them are in the podcast. Actually, that's one thing I just want to say. We have had nothing but positive feedback so far. Touching wood, and if you don't like the podcast, don't comment because you'll ruin our day. But we have loved all of the positive feedback we've been getting, including people who I sort of shamelessly publicised this the other day on a Facebook post that an old school friend had made to discover that they'd been listening to our podcast since episode 1. And so it was utterly thrilled by that. So, sad little world that we live in. The nice comments make us feel happy feelings, so keep them coming, people, because we're feeling old and slightly decrepit. So yeah, give us some more of that lovely positive feedback. We're really enjoying it, so thank you very much, everyone.
Yeah, and if you'd like to be a guest at some point in the future, send us a message, show us your work. We'd love to have a look at it and maybe
we
chat about it, what you do.
Yeah, we'll talk to anyone about anything.
Even his terrible shoes.
Yeah, we're conversation tarts. What can I say?
Right, okay. Before we sign off, what have we got going on? So, Big Film Photo Walk we've mentioned at Analog Wonderland. Tickets available through their website. So
we've got our photo walk on the 27th.
Which is so that's part of that.
But
the Alfie cameras and Increment Labs Kickstarters. More about that next week.
Yeah.
Increment Labs is already up. Alfie cameras
will be going. It'll be going up.
That starts on the 19th. So that isn't. Even if you're listening to this, we're on release date. It's not out yet, but it is coming.
Yeah.
The photo swap app we mentioned as well. We're having Sam on in a couple of weeks to talk about that. The only other thing to mention is ending on the 15th of May. So it is still active from when we release it.
Yes,
is the Latent Hour print competition.
Oh yeah, get in there.
I'll chuck a little plug in.
Go for it.
To Instagram, Tom Bob Warland, it's me. I am doing a print competition So follow, like, it's one entry, then share it in your story, tagging me as well as the second entry. And yeah, you can win a darkened print that I did in a live stream last week.
Fantastic. There you go. All right. Like, love, caress, share, whatever, you know.
Wait.
Oh, yeah. Just come listen to more of this rubbish. Farewell.
On that note, see ya.
See you later. Bye.